Long before highways carved paths through the wilderness, this land cracked, rose, and froze into a kingdom of stone and silence. Time here does not rush. It carves, it crushes, it waits. This is the Rocky Mountain region, a high, cold part of the country shaped by tectonic pressure over thousands of years. Some of the tallest peaks in North America rise here. Winters are long, snow comes early and stays late. Most travellers stop at well-known parks or marked viewpoints, but beyond the main roads, hidden places remain. In Colorado, Garden of the Gods has sandstone towers that look like broken stone walls. In Wyoming, old cabins still stand at Mormon Row, built by settlers over 100 years ago. And at Rifle Falls, water moves through rock and disappears into caves formed slowly over time. These places are often missed, but still waiting to be seen. Join us on a journey through the Rocky Mountain region, where time-shaped wonders few ever find and fewer still truly see. Garden of the Gods is a public park known for its striking red sandstone rock figures, which are also part of the Fountain Formation. It possesses a deep cultural history, especially with the indigenous tribes in the area. The Apache and the Cheyenne regarded the area as sacred and left behind evidence of their presence, including tools and other artifacts. The park was officially established in 1909 when Charles Perkins' family deeded the land to the city, with the stipulation that it remain free and open to the public. Alterine is a historic silver mine that played a significant role in mining operations and supplied valuable minerals for industrial growth. Early operations focused on silver, but miners also uncovered traces of gold and copper. The mine's early shafts were dug by hand, with workers using basic tools to follow veins of ore deep underground. Like many mines, the Alterine experienced rapid expansion, followed by sudden declines. Workers flocked to the site during its peak, but when production slowed, many moved on, leaving structures and equipment behind. Interestingly, geologists have noted the site's unique mineral composition, including rare sulfides rarely seen in the region. Established in 1872, Yellowstone National Park is the world's first national park. It is located in a region characterized by volcanic activity, mountain ranges, and expansive forests. The park is known for its geothermal features, wildlife, and vast wilderness areas. It is home to over 10,000 geothermal features, including geysers, hot springs, mud pots and fumaroles. In fact, the park contains more than 500 geysers, which is about half of the world's total. It also has one of the largest concentrations of mammals in the lower 48 states, with over 60 species. The Grand Canyon of Yellowstone is a dramatic canyon carved by the Yellowstone River, located in the central part of the park. The rock formations in the canyon include rhyolite, basalt, and other volcanic materials, which have been altered by hydrothermal activity. The canyon's vibrant colours, including yellows, reds, and oranges, are the result of mineral deposits and weathering. Originating in this lake is the Yellowstone River, which proceeds to flow throughout the park. It is one of the longest undammed rivers in the United States, exiting the park near the north entrance. The river has long been significant to the indigenous people, who used the river for fishing, transportation, and trade. Its flow varies throughout the year, with the highest levels occurring in late spring and early summer due to snowmelt. In the winter, the river may freeze in some areas, creating opportunities for ice fishing and other cold weather activities. The river and its banks also support a variety of wildlife, such as the elk. Elk are one of the most commonly seen large mammals in Yellowstone. They play an important role in the park's ecosystem and have been studied for decades. These animals are most well known for their seasonal migrations, with some migrating over 100 miles between their summer and winter ranges, making them one of the longest migrating land mammals in North America. In summer, they move to higher elevations, feeding in open meadows and forested areas. In winter, they head to lower valleys, where food is easier to find. Their population size changes due to factors like predators, harsh winters, and human management. The Upper Falls and Lower Falls are two major waterfalls along the Yellowstone River. They are among the most well-known features of the park, drawing visitors for their size and power. The river flows through the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, where these falls create dramatic drops. The first recorded European-American sighting of the falls was in the early 1800s, but few people visited until official explorations in the 1870s. Unfortunately, due to being shorter and having less power, the Upper Falls are not as famous as its lower counterparts. The Lower Falls is the highest waterfall in the park and one of the most powerful in the region. In fact, it is more than twice the height of Niagara Falls, though it has a lower water volume. As the impact at the bottom generates mist and strong currents, it marks the beginning of the deep canyon, where the river continues to carve into the rock. Water flow changes throughout the year, with peak volume in late spring and early summer, as snowmelt increases the river's current. Additionally, before roads and maps were available, early explorers and trappers used the falls as a reliable reference point when navigating the Yellowstone region. Old Faithful is one of the most well-known geysers in Yellowstone National Park. It earned its name because of its regular eruptions, making it a reliable natural feature. Unlike many geysers that erupt unpredictably, Old Faithful follows a consistent schedule, with eruptions happening about every 90 minutes on average. Each eruption lasts anywhere from 1.5 to 5 minutes, releasing thousands of gallons of scalding water into the air. The time between eruptions depends on the duration of the previous one. Longer eruptions mean a longer wait for the next. Grand Prismatic Spring is the largest hot spring in both Yellowstone National Park and the United States. It is known for its striking colours, created by heat-loving bacteria that thrive in the mineral-rich water. Water at the centre reaches temperatures around 160 degrees Fahrenheit, making it too hot for most life. As the water cools toward the edges, different types of bacteria grow, creating bands of colour that range from deep blue in the centre to green, yellow, and orange around the edges. The spring sits in the Midway Geyser Basin, an area filled with hydrothermal activity. Due to this, the area around the spring is fragile, with thin ground that can collapse under pressure. A popular roadside stop is the Gibbon Falls, a waterfall that drops in a gradual, fan-like descent over the edge of the Yellowstone caldera. Unlike some of the park's taller waterfalls, Gibbon Falls has a more spread-out flow, creating a wide cascade rather than a sheer drop. The falls are easily accessible, making them one of the most visited waterfalls in the park. It was named after Colonel John Gibbon, a military officer who played a role in the early exploration of the region. Lamar Valley is a broad, open area, nicknamed the Serengeti of America. It is one of the best places in the park to see animals in their natural habitat, especially for bison and antelopes. Bison are the largest land mammals in the park and one of the most recognised animals in the region. In fact, Yellowstone is home to the largest remaining wild bison herd, with many of them being direct descendants of the herds that once covered the Great Plains. These animals are known for their massive size and ability to withstand harsh winters with their thick winter coats. Additionally, their heads act like shovels, pushing through deep snow to find food. They have lived in North America for over 10,000 years, with fossils showing that ancient bison were even larger than those seen today. They are the only continuously wild population in the area, having survived near extinction in the late 1800s. Yellowstone Lake is one of the largest high-elevation lakes in North America and is a central feature of the park. The lake is part of the Yellowstone caldera, one of the largest active volcanic systems in the world. This volcanic activity contributes to the lake's geothermal features, including hot springs and hydrothermal vents on the lake floor. It offers a variety of recreational activities, including boating, fishing, and kayaking, as it is accessible for both motorised and non-motorised watercraft. Mammoth Hot Springs is a large geothermal area characterised by its constantly changing limestone terraces. Unlike geysers, which erupt periodically, these hot springs flow continuously, creating ever-changing formations. Hot water from underground rises through ancient limestone deposits, carrying dissolved minerals to the surface. As the water cools, it leaves behind travertine, a type of rock that forms the terraces. The terraces can change rapidly, with new formations appearing in weeks, while others dry up and turn inactive. Native American tribes knew about the springs long before modern exploration, using the warm waters and mineral deposits for practical and ceremonial purposes. The bull moose is the largest member of the deer family that can be found in the park, characterised by its impressive size and distinctive antlers. Antlers are shed and regrown annually, with the largest antlers typically seen on bulls between 5 and 10 years old. As herbivores, these animals prefer areas with abundant water and foliage, such as willow flats, marshes, and riverbanks. In Yellowstone, they are commonly seen along the Yellowstone River, which provides the food and cover they need to thrive. Moose are most active during dawn and dusk, spending much of their day foraging and resting. They are strong swimmers and can often be seen wading in lakes and rivers to feed on aquatic plants. Cliff Lake is defined by its clear turquoise waters and the steep rock walls encircling its shores, formed by glacial activity during the last ice age. The lake also has a reputation for unpredictable weather, which includes accounts of sudden squalls overturning small boats. A notable incident involved a logging barge that sank during a storm, its remnants still submerged. Divers later documented the wreck, finding preserved equipment due to the cold water's slow decay. South of the Golden West Wind Farm is the magnificent Painted Mines Interpretive Park, a geological and archaeological site known for its colourful clay formations and unique badland topography. The park features spires and eroded gorges formed over millions of years. The bright colours of the clay, ranging from white and yellow to pink and red, are caused by varying levels of oxidised iron and other minerals. Today, the park includes well-maintained trails with educational signs that display information on the park's geology, ecology, and human history. Named for its jagged peaks resembling a saw's teeth, Sawtooth National Recreation Area was carved by glaciers and volcanic upheaval. Today, it is a federally protected wilderness with over 700 miles of trails, alpine lakes and rugged peaks. It is home to a wide variety of wildlife and lakes, such as the Payette Lake. Known for its mirror-like reflections, Payette Lake is a gateway to the backcountry, with trails leading to higher elevations and remote wilderness. It is defined by its calm waters, where canoeing and kayaking provide a quiet way to explore the shoreline. A glacial gem, Toxaway Lake is a remote alpine lake in the Sawtooth Wilderness, accessed via a challenging backcountry trail. Its name derives from a term meaning place of thunder, referencing rock slides that echo across the basin. The water stays cold throughout the year, fed by melting snow from the surrounding peaks. Hikers report finding obsidian arrowheads near its shores. Isolated and steeped in lore, Barren Lake is a high-elevation body of water located in the Sawtooth Mountains. The water reflects the rugged peaks above, changing colour with the light and time of day. Hikers often camp nearby, using the lake as a base for exploring even higher into the mountains. Wolves are one of the top predators in the area, hunting in packs and covering long distances in search of prey. They communicate through howls, which reveal distinct family dialects, marking their territory and keeping in contact with their pack members. Wolves primarily hunt elk and deer, but will also scavenge or take down smaller animals when needed. They were specifically reintroduced in the 1990s, which has led to debates between conservationists, ranchers, and hunters, as their return has changed the balance of the ecosystem. Notably, the Helena pack gained notoriety for outsmarting hunters by mimicking helicopter sounds during a tracking operation. Redfish Lake is one of the largest and most accessible lakes in the area. It got its name from the massive salmon runs that once filled its waters. In the past, thousands of sockeye salmon swam upstream from the ocean to spawn in the lake, turning the water red. Over time, dams and fishing pressures reduced their numbers, but conservation efforts continue to support their return. Today, the lake is a popular recreation site, with boating, fishing, and camping along its shores. The Wind River Range is a major mountain range home to some of the highest peaks in the region. The mountains are primarily composed of granite and feature over 1,300 glaciers, making it one of the most glaciated areas in the contiguous United States. The range is known for its extensive trail system, covering hundreds of miles, which attracts hikers, climbers, and backpackers. The Bighorn Mountains, while separate from the Wind River Range, are often associated with the broader region. They are among the oldest mountain ranges in the world, with rock formations dating back over 3 billion years. The mountains are named after the bighorn sheep that once roamed the area in large numbers. Shell Creek is a significant waterway originating in the Wind River Range. It flows for about 50 miles through canyons and valleys before joining the Bighorn River. The creek is known for its clear waters and is a popular spot for fishing, particularly for trout. Teton Basin is a high-altitude glacial basin remotely located in the range, carved by ancient glaciers that shaped its U-shaped valleys and steep walls. The basin is named after the Teton brothers, early 20th century explorers and mountaineers who were among the first to extensively map and climb the Wind River Range. Due to its remote location and high elevation, Teton Basin offers incredible stargazing opportunities where the Milky Way is vividly visible on clear nights. The Green River Lakes are two large glacial lakes located at the northern end of the Wind River Range. The lakes are fed by the Green River, which originates in the range and flows southward. The area is a popular spot for camping, fishing and boating, with Squaretop Mountain providing a dramatic backdrop. Located at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains is the city of Boulder, possessing a long history of environmental conservation. It was one of the first cities to introduce a tax to fund open space preservation, resulting in over 182 square kilometres of protected land. The city is also home to the Flatirons, a series of 5 main sandstone formations that have become Boulder's defining natural landmark. The dramatic tilt of the Flatirons was caused by the uplift of the Rocky Mountains during the Laramide orogeny around 70 million years ago. Due to their unique and challenging structure, they are a favourite destination for outdoor enthusiasts such as hikers and rock climbers. Rocky Mountain National Park is a landscape defined by more than 70 towering mountain peaks that dominate its skyline. These rugged summits were formed through a combination of tectonic uplift and glaciation, creating steep ridges and sharp spires that hold traces of former glaciers. Loveland Pass is a high mountain route crossing the Continental Divide in the Rocky Mountains. It is known for its challenging roads, steep grades, and sharp turns, especially in winter when snow and ice make travel hazardous. The pass is named after William A. H. Loveland, who was president of the Colorado Central Railroad and instrumental in developing transportation routes through the mountains as he advocated for a wagon road over the divide. The first automobile crossed the pass when it was still a dirt wagon road, and it was later paved to accommodate modern vehicles. The pass remains open throughout the snowy season, making it a crucial alternative for vehicles that cannot use the nearby tunnel, such as trucks carrying hazardous materials and oversized loads. Shadow Mountain is a prominent feature near the western side of Rocky Mountains National Park, known for its forested slopes and panoramic views of nearby lakes and peaks. Its name comes from the way the mountain casts long shadows over the surrounding landscape, particularly during sunrise and sunset. Interestingly, it was the site of early fire lookout operations. Shadow Mountain Lake is a man-made reservoir created as part of a water diversion project to supply water to communities on the other side of the mountains. The lake is connected to Grand Lake, forming a continuous waterway that is popular for boating and kayaking. The lake's water levels can fluctuate dramatically due to water management operations, sometimes exposing large areas of shoreline. Additionally, the area is known for frequent afternoon thunderstorms, which can roll in quickly and catch boaters off guard. The moose is one of the largest mammals found in Rocky Mountains National Park, though they were not originally common in the park. They have since established a strong presence over time, likely due to changes in habitat and management practices. They are known for their impressive size, long legs, and distinctive, broad, flat antlers in males. In fact, these animals use their powerful legs to move through deep snow and thick brush. Their diet consists mainly of leaves, twigs, and aquatic plants, and they have a unique ability to digest tough plant material. The moose are generally calm, but can become aggressive if threatened, especially females protecting their young or males during the rut. Mount Elbert is the highest peak in the Rocky Mountains and the tallest point in the region. It is known for its status as a 14er, attracting hikers, climbers, and outdoor enthusiasts who seek to reach its summit using well-marked trails. The mountain is often called the Gentle Giant because its most popular routes are considered accessible hikes rather than technical climbs. The first recorded ascent was made by H.W. Stuckel during the Hayden Survey, a major mapping expedition. Estes Park is a mountain town known as a primary gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park, acting as a base for visitors. In fact, it was significant in the creation of Rocky Mountain National Park, with local citizens and business owners advocating for the park's establishment. The town further developed as a summer resort destination, attracting travellers with its cool climate and mountain scenery. The Stanley Hotel, one of the town's landmarks, inspired the setting for Stephen King's novel, The Shining. It notably hosts an annual Scandinavian Midsummer Festival, reflecting the influence of early European settlers. Named after a French-Canadian fur trapper who frequented the region, Payette Lake is a deep, glacially carved lake, known for its sudden storms and crystal-clear waters. Early settlers reported a mysterious lake monster, nicknamed Charlie, with sightings ranging from serpentine shapes to unexplained ripples. Sonar scans later revealed submerged logs, but the myth endures. The lake's eastern shore once hosted a steamship, the Idoma, which sank in a storm. McCall is a resort town on Payette Lake shores, famous for skiing, boating, and the annual winter carnival. It originally began as a logging town, with sawmills and lumberyards shaping its early economy. The forests around it supplied timber for construction and industry, and remnants of that history can still be seen. The town's biggest event is the Winter Carnival, which started as a way to bring people together during the cold months and has since turned into a large event featuring snow sculptures, parades, and winter sports. The Payette River is an 82-mile-long river in western Idaho, sharing its name with the lake. Known for its rapids, the Payette became a training ground for early whitewater pioneers and rafters. One rapid canyon drop capsized so many rafts that guides nicknamed it Swimsuit Alley. In the 20th century, the river was dammed for hydropower, submerging indigenous fishing sites. Although the remaining fish populations have had to adapt to changing water conditions, there are conservation efforts that focus on maintaining habitats for the remaining species. Crystal Mill, historically known as the Sheep Mountain Powerhouse, is a wooden structure perched above the Crystal River. Built in 1892, it was originally a hydroelectric power plant used to generate compressed air to operate machinery for nearby silver mines. The mill was powered by a water turbine that utilised the flow of the Crystal River. Although the mill ceased operations in 1917, it has remained remarkably well preserved, becoming a symbol of Colorado's mining legacy. Established in 1929, Grand Teton National Park covers approximately 310,000 acres in a region dominated by the Teton Range. The park is known for its dramatic landscapes, which include alpine lakes, glaciers, and forests. The Snake River flows through the park, providing habitat for wildlife and opportunities for recreational activities such as fishing and rafting. Historically, the area was used by Native Americans, but by the early 19th century, fur trappers and explorers arrived, followed by settlers. The park was established in 1929 to protect the Teton Range and surrounding landscapes, and later expanded to include much of Jackson Hole. It also includes several historic structures, such as the Mormon Row Historic District, which provide further insight into the lives of early settlers in the region. The Grand Teton Range is a prominent mountain chain located within Grand Teton National Park. It spans approximately 40 miles in length and features some of the most distinctive and rugged peaks in the region. Both the range and the park are named after Grand Teton, the residing highest peak, which rises to 13,775 feet. However, the range is relatively young in geological terms, formed only between 6 and 9 million years ago through tectonic activity. It is primarily composed of granite and other igneous rocks. The steep, jagged peaks were shaped by glacial erosion during the last ice age, which carved out U-shaped valleys. Jenny Lake is one of the most visited and recognisable features in the park, located at the base of the Teton Range. The lake is named after Jenny Lee, the Shoshone wife of Richard Beaver Dick Lee, an early settler and trapper in the area. Its clear, cold waters are fed by Cascade Creek, which originates from melting snow and ice in the Teton Range. The Mormon Row Historic District is a collection of historic buildings situated on a flat, open area with views of the Teton Range to the west. The area was settled in the 1890s by members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, commonly known as Mormons. These settlers established a small community, building homes, barns, and other structures to support their agricultural lifestyle. The district includes approximately 27 buildings, many of which are constructed from locally sourced materials such as wood and stone. Jackson Lake is the largest lake in Grand Teton National Park, formed by glacial activity thousands of years ago, with its basin carved out by moving ice. It is fed by the Snake River, which enters the lake from the north and exits to the south. The lake's water levels are regulated by the Jackson Lake Dam, which was constructed in 1916 to provide irrigation water for agricultural areas downstream. Due to its pristine waters, it is a popular destination for boating, fishing, and camping. Known for their intelligence and resourcefulness, coyotes are one of the most adaptable and widespread predators found throughout the park, from open meadows to forested areas. They are medium-sized canids, with fur that is usually a mix of grey, brown and tan, with lighter underparts helping them blend into their surroundings. These animals are omnivores with a varied diet. They primarily hunt small mammals such as mice, voles and rabbits, but they also eat birds, insects and plant matter. In the park, they may scavenge from carcasses left by larger predators like wolves or bears as well. Their ability to adapt their diet to available resources is key to their survival. Granite Falls is a waterfall located in the northern part of the park. It is situated along Granite Creek, which flows through a rugged canyon before dropping approximately 40 feet over a series of cascades. The falls are surrounded by granite rock formations and overgrown forests. It is most impressive in the spring and early summer, when snow melt increases the volume of water flowing over the falls. Holly Lake is another high alpine lake that is a popular destination for hikers and backpackers. The The lake is accessible via the Holly Lake Trail, a 12.6-mile round-trip hike that is considered moderately strenuous. It is also often used as a stopping point for those hiking the Teton Crest Trail, a longer route that traverses the Teton Range. Backpackers can camp near the lake, but permits are required, and visitors must follow leave no trace principles to protect the fragile alpine environment. Jackson is a town located in a valley surrounded by mountain ranges, defined by its western character, outdoor recreation, and proximity to national parks and forests. Historically, Jackson was established as a hub for fur trappers, ranchers, and settlers. The town grew as a centre for agriculture and tourism, particularly after the creation of nearby protected areas. Serving as Montana's capital city is Helena, well known for its gold rush origins and historic buildings. Its name evolved from Last Chance Gulch, a gold camp moniker reflecting miners' desperation. Prospectors struck gold here in the 1860s, triggering rapid settlement and eventual selection as the capital due to its mineral wealth. The Cathedral of St. Helena stands out in the capital, with its tall twin spires and detailed stained glass windows. This Gothic revival structure was inspired by European cathedrals and funded by a mining heiress. Over the years, storms and earthquakes have caused damage to parts of the cathedral, though repairs and restorations have kept it standing tall as an iconic landmark of the city. Rifle Falls State Park is known for its trio of 70-foot waterfalls cascading over a limestone cliff, fed by East Rifle Creek that flows year-round. It is also unique for its network of limestone caves located near the base of the falls, which were carved over centuries by water erosion. Just a few miles to the west, located within the park, is the Rifle Gap Reservoir. Famous for its clear waters, it offers a wide range of recreational activities year-round. The reservoir was created in the early 1960s with the completion of the Rifle Gap Dam, which was built to store water for irrigation and municipal use in the surrounding area. Taos, Pueblo, located in northern New Mexico, is an ancient Taos settlement that has been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years. Its multi-story adobe buildings, some reaching 5 stories high, were built using clay, straw and water, with walls up to 3 feet thick. The Pueblo Revolt of 1680 was organised in part here, leading to the temporary expulsion of Spanish colonisers. Today, approximately 150 people live within the historic walls year-round. Governed by a council that balances traditional and external legal systems. Traditional practices persist as there is no modern plumbing or electricity incorporated in the oldest buildings, with the community maintaining the adobe using ancestral methods. The Wasatch Mountains stretch for over 160 miles, forming the western edge of the Rocky Mountain region. The range includes dozens of peaks, over 11,000 feet, shaped by tectonic uplift and glacial activity over millions of years. The mountains act as a climatic barrier, causing increased precipitation on the western slopes while leaving valleys to the east much drier. They also contain some of the highest snowfall totals in the region, with over 40 feet of snow annually in some areas. This has made the Wasatch Mountains a major centre for skiing and winter sports, with several resorts developed along the range. The combination of steep terrain and dry, powdery snow has led to the claim of having the greatest snow on Earth. Mount Timpanogos is the second highest peak in the Wasatch Range, standing at 11,753 feet. Local legends tell of a ghostly figure appearing on the mountain, inspired by indigenous stories of a woman who waited for her lost warrior. Due to this, the mountain's silhouette is sometimes said to resemble a sleeping figure. Hikers attempt the 9-mile ascent to the summit, which offers views of the surrounding valleys and peaks. Kaichvi Peak, formerly known as Squaw Peak, is accessed by a winding road and hiking trails, with steep drop-offs and sharp turns leading to the summit. Its name was changed to reflect indigenous cultural connections to the mountain, recognising its historical significance as part of a larger network of travel routes and gathering sites. Paragliders and hang gliders also use the peak as a launch point, taking advantage of strong updrafts along the cliffs. Big Cottonwood Canyon is a well-known canyon in the Wasatch Mountains, named after the cottonwood trees growing along Big Cottonwood Creek. It stretches for many miles, providing opportunities for hiking, biking, rock climbing, camping, fishing, and winter sports at resorts like Brighton and Solitude. The canyon itself is a protected watershed, supplying drinking water to surrounding communities. It once was filled with mining towns and sawmills, though those hundreds of old mines remain, some of which are considered dangerous death traps and have been sealed off. Weather can vary greatly within the canyon, with snow at higher elevations while the lower areas remain snow-free. There have been proposals and controversies over new developments, such as a gondola, due to concerns about the sensitive watershed. Guardsman Pass is a high mountain route connecting Big Cottonwood Canyon, Park City, and the Haber Valley in the Wasatch Mountains. The pass was named for the guards who once patrolled the area to prevent livestock from crossing between valleys. These guards helped manage grazing rights and protected watershed resources. The Homestead Crater is a geothermal hot spring formed inside a limestone dome filled with mineral-rich water from deep underground, deposited layers of rock. The hot spring inside the crater maintains a temperature of 90 to 96 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, making it one of the only warm water diving sites in the region. The water reaches a depth of 65 feet, with clear visibility, allowing for scuba diving and snorkeling. Breckenridge, a mountain town with a fascinating history rooted in the gold rush of the mid-1800s. Founded in 1859, it quickly became a hub for prospectors and miners seeking fortune. Today, remnants of this era stay in the form of historic buildings and mine ruins. The town is also known for its high-altitude skiing, with Breckenridge Ski Resort boasting one of the highest chairlifts in the region. Located near the town is the Continental Falls, a multi-tiered waterfall in the White River National Forest. Unlike a single-drop waterfall, the falls feature several tiers of tumbling water over rocky ledges as they are divided into different sections. It is fed by the outflow of Mohawk Lakes, which are a series of alpine lakes that glacially ensure a steady flow of water even in dry conditions. Glacier National Park is known for its glacier-carved peaks, alpine meadows, and interconnected ecosystems. The name reflects the ice masses that sculpted its valleys and lakes, though many glaciers have receded. These massive ice sheets moved across the land, carving out basins and exposing rock layers that reveal a geological history stretching back millions of years. Established to preserve wilderness, the UNESCO-designated park's creation involved negotiations with indigenous groups with ancestral ties to the land, such as the Blackfeet, Salish, and Kootenai people. The Flathead River runs along the western edge of the park, acting as a natural boundary. It collects water from melting snow and glaciers, feeding into larger river systems. Native fishers once speared bull trout here, navigating rapids in hand-hewn canoes. Early loggers floated timber downstream, sometimes losing barges to submerged rocks. A notorious section called The Wall capsized boats until dynamite widened the channel. Lake McDonald is the largest lake in the park, sitting in a deep valley with its clear waters reflecting the surrounding peaks. Early tourists stayed at lakeside lodges, accessing trails by rowboat. The colourful rocks seen along the shoreline and underwater are the result of ancient sediment deposits, compressed and transformed over time. Named for a 19th century conservationist, Grinnell Glacier is one of the most scenic and accessible glaciers in the park. It has been retreating for years, with scientists using historical photos to track its shrinking size. In fact, its retreat has exposed fossilised algae, offering clues to prehistoric climates. Hikers occasionally hear ice quakes, thunderous cracks from shifting ice. The hike to the glacier takes visitors through steep mountain paths, past alpine lakes, and over rocky terrain that was once buried under ice. Grinnell Falls is fed by melting ice from the glacier, creating a steady flow of water that cascades down the rocky cliffs. The falls change depending on the season, sometimes slowing to a trickle, and other times rushing with force. Equipped with rubbery hoof pads, mountain goats traverse cliffs to lick mineral deposits. Nannies lead kids to playgrounds, which are gentle slopes where their young practice climbing. Their winter coats insulate against sub-zero winds, shedding in summer to reveal sleek underfur and leaving tufts of white fur clinging to bushes and rocks. Virginia Falls is one of the taller waterfalls in the park, with water dropping in multiple stages down jagged rock formations. Mist from the falls creates small patches of greenery in an otherwise rocky area, allowing moss and plants to grow where they wouldn't otherwise survive. St. Mary Lake is the second largest lake in Glacier National Park, characterised by its windswept waters. Notorious for sudden squalls, its waves have swamped motorboats. The lake's vivid hue comes from rock particles suspended in meltwater. Black bears in Glacier vary in colour, ranging from deep black to shades of brown and cinnamon. They have a straight facial profile and shorter claws compared to grizzlies, which helps in identifying them from a distance. Omnivores with a keen sense of smell, these animals are commonly seen in forests and meadows foraging for food. Additionally, as opportunistic feeders, they have a varied diet, consisting of berries, fish, and insects, even raiding whitebark pine caches made by squirrels. Cubs learn foraging by mimicking mothers and avoiding boars that may kill young. In late summer and fall, they enter a phase called hyperphagia, where they eat constantly to store fat for hibernation. Running Eagle Falls is a unique waterfall where water flows from both above and through a hidden underground channel. The falls are named after a Blackfeet woman warrior, Running Eagle, whose story is tied to strength, leadership, and survival. In fact, oral histories describe vision quests performed here, seeking guidance from natural spirits. Alpine marmots are large, burrowing rodents that live in high elevation meadows and rocky slopes. As social animals, they communicate through sharp whistles, warning their group of potential danger. Additionally, they often act on communal grooming, which strengthens colony bonds. During winter, they hibernate for months, surviving off stored fat and sleeping in deep burrows insulated from the cold. These rodents hibernate in burrows for 8 months, emerging to sunbathe on rocks. Researchers note marmots stealing hikers' snacks, displaying bold problem solving. Kootenai Falls is recognised as one of the largest free-flowing waterfalls in the northwest, characterised by their powerful cascades and the nearby swinging bridge. The swinging bridge was originally built to help firefighters access the far side of the river during emergencies, though it has since become a popular attraction for visitors. It has long been a gathering place for the Kootenai people, used for fishing and as a site for important ceremonies. The falls hold spiritual significance for them, who consider this area sacred and central to their traditions. The San Juan Mountains are a rugged mountain range part of the larger Rocky Mountain system. This range boasts some of the youngest volcanic peaks in the region, formed by massive eruptions over 30 million years ago. They are home to a multitude of natural landmarks and famous peaks, such as Columbine Lake and Red Mountain. Silverton is a small town known for its mining history and mountain setting in the San Juan Mountains. It is iconic as the terminus of a historic narrow-gauge railroad, which remains in operation today as a scenic tourist route. Once a booming mining town during the gold rush, it has preserved many of its original buildings, and the entire downtown is a designated historic district. Another striking feature of the range is the Silverjack Mountain, represented by its geological formations shooting toward the sky. Although there is no concrete evidence, the name Silverjack is believed to originate from the region's mining history, where silver was a key resource driving settlement and exploration in the area. It could also be referring to the town of Silverton, which is located in the mountains. On the eastern side of the San Juan Mountains is the Owl Creek Pass, a scenic high mountain pass. The pass is surrounded by aspen forests that turn enchanting shades of gold and orange in the fall. One of the most distinctive features near the pass is a collection of uniquely shaped rock spires that were created by millions of years of erosion, leaving behind towering remnants of harder volcanic rock. Columbine Lake is a high-altitude alpine lake known for its striking turquoise colour. This unique hue comes from glacial flour, fine sediments suspended in the water that scatter sunlight. The lake sits in a natural basin surrounded by steep ridges and peaks, shaped by ancient glaciation. The Uncompahgre River is a major tributary of the Gunnison River, known for its role in shaping the landscape of the San Juan Mountains and supporting local communities. Its name comes from a Ute word meaning hot water spring, or red water spring, referring to the natural hot springs found near its upper reaches. In fact, it is fed by snowmelt and hot springs, creating unique temperature changes along its length. Historically, it was central to mining operations, with towns and mills established along its banks to process ore from the surrounding mountains. However, in more recent decades, it has been the focus of cleanup and restoration efforts due to pollution from historic mining, with projects aimed at improving water quality and restoring fish habitat. The river's water has also been diverted for irrigation, making agriculture possible in otherwise dry valleys. The Red Mountain stands out for its striking red and orange hues, created by the oxidation of iron in its volcanic rock. During the late 19th century, it was a hub of silver and gold mining activity, with numerous mines operating on its slopes. Located in the heart of the San Juan Mountains, there is the historic town of Ouray. Since the town is surrounded by cliffs and peaks, it earned the nickname Switzerland of America. Established in the late 19th century during the silver and gold rushes, the town quickly grew into a hub for miners working in the surrounding mountains. Additionally, the town serves as a gateway to the San Juan Mountains' famous backroads and trails. Another one of the most iconic remnants of the silver mining boom in the San Juan Mountains is the Yankee Girl mine. It was known for its exceptional productivity, with silver and other valuable minerals extracted from within. The mine is notably located along the Million Dollar Highway, a winding mountain road carved through the terrain of the mountain range. It was initially constructed to connect mining towns and transport ore from some of the region's richest silver and gold mines. The highway's vertical grades and sharp switchbacks were engineered to navigate the challenging topography. Its name is said to stem from the road's cost of construction, or the value of the ore transported through the area. Telluride is a former Victorian mountain town defined by its mining history, ski resort, and cultural festivals. It is recognized for its scenic Box Canyon location and as a destination for outdoor recreation and arts events. The town's initial mining boom led to the construction of one of the earliest alternating current power plants, which supplied electricity to local mines and set a precedent for future power distribution. Today, its main streets and many original buildings are preserved as part of a designated historic district. Interestingly, the town was also the site of the first bank robbery, attributed to Butch Cassidy, an infamous American train and bank robber and the leader of a gang of criminal outlaws known as the Wild Bunch in the Old West. Bridal Veil Falls is the tallest free-falling waterfall in the state, as it plunges down a cliff face in the San Juan Mountains. It is powered by the San Miguel River, which flows from high alpine basins above the town of Telluride. At the top of the falls sits the historic Smuggler Union hydroelectric power plant. Built in 1907, it once supplied electricity to nearby mining operations and remains an example of early engineering in remote mountain environments. Today, the plant has been restored and continues to generate electricity. The falls have also been notably featured in films and television productions, such as the 1979 film Mountain Family Robinson and the 1975 television movie The Adventures of the Wilderness Family, where the falls provided a dramatic backdrop for the characters' wilderness adventures. Within Mount Sneffels wilderness area of the range, there are the tranquil Blue Lakes. They are a series of glacially carved alpine lakes known for their vivid turquoise colour. The unique hue is created by glacial silt or rock flour suspended in the water, which reflects sunlight in a way that enhances the blue tones. Park City is famous for its transformation from a major mining town to a world-renowned destination for skiing, outdoor recreation, and cultural events. The town draws visitors for its ski resorts, historic Main Street, and the annual Sundance Film Festival, which is the largest film festival in the US. After the decline of mining, Park City reinvented itself as a ski destination, opening its first resort in the 1960s, and now hosts 3 major ski resorts. Additionally, it hosted events for the 2002 Olympic Winter Games, and the Utah Olympic Park is open for visitors to try bobsledding and ziplining. The area is known for its extensive network of hiking and biking trails, with over 400 trails available. It is also home to more than 150 restaurants and bars, despite having fewer than 10,000 residents. Park City Mountain is a renowned ski resort recognized for its extensive terrain, year-round activities, and unique mining history. It is the largest ski resort in the region, offering hundreds of trails, multiple terrain parks, and direct access to historic Main Street. The resort originally opened as Treasure Mountain, named after the mining legacy of the area, then was later renamed Park City Ski Area, and finally Park City Mountain Resort. When it opened, the resort featured the longest gondola in the country and a unique skier's subway that transported guests through old mining tunnels to the slopes. More than 1,000 miles of historic mining tunnels still run beneath the resort, a reminder of its origins. Lolo National Forest is known for its rugged terrain and role as a corridor for historic expeditions. The name originates from a Salish term referencing mountain goats, animals once prevalent in the area. The forest has long been an important part of trade routes, seasonal hunting grounds, and early exploration. Its creation aimed to manage timber and water resources, following pressure from early settlers and conservationists. Great Sand Dunes National Park is home to the highest sand dunes in North America, rising up to 228 metres against the backdrop of the rugged Sangre de Cristo Mountains. These dunes were formed when the sand from ancient lake beds was carried by wind and deposited at the base of the mountains, where it soon became trapped by shifting air currents. Interestingly, the indigenous people such as the Apache once considered the dunes a sacred place. More recent settlers arrived in the late 19th century, but the dunes remained largely untouched, leading to their eventual preservation. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains stretch 250 miles, with peaks formed by tectonic uplift along the Rio Grande Rift 30 million years ago. It is the southernmost sub-range of the Rocky Mountains, extending into New Mexico. Taos Ski Valley is a popular ski resort in the northern regions, founded in 1955. It operates at base elevations of 9,200 feet, with 1,294 skiable acres. Annual snowfall averages 300 inches, supplemented by snowmaking systems using reclaimed wastewater, which contributes to their booming business. Red River is a small mountain town in northern New Mexico, serving as a popular destination for families and adventure seekers looking for mountain activities and a historic western atmosphere. It is known for its winter torchlight parades, where skiers and snowboarders descend the slopes carrying torches. The town is named after the Red River, which flows through the valley and is recognized by the reddish tint of its waters, caused by minerals in the surrounding mountains. Piedmont is a small, historic ghost town located in a semi-arid region, known for its role in the development of transportation and industry in the 1800s. It once was a stop on the Union Pacific Railroad, serving as a refueling and maintenance station for steam locomotives, which required water and coal to operate. The Front Range is a prominent section of the Rocky Mountains, stretching north to south and forming the easternmost range of the Rockies. It is known for its dramatic peaks, alpine passes, and as a gateway to mountain recreation for nearby cities. Mount Bierstadt is one of the most accessible and popular 14ers, located in the Front Range of the Rockies. It attracts hikers of varying skill levels due to its relatively moderate ascent compared to other 14ers. The mountain is named after Albert Bierstadt, a 19th century artist known for his detailed landscape paintings of the American West. One of the unique features of Mount Bierstadt is the surrounding wetlands, which are a prime habitat for wildlife like moose and mountain goats. Berthoud Pass is a high mountain pass in the Front Range, characterised by its challenging road, history as a transportation route, and popularity with outdoor enthusiasts. The pass connects the plains to the mountain communities and ski areas beyond. Once part of a major wagon and stagecoach route, it was used by miners, settlers, and traders moving between the plains and mountain mining towns. The pass was home to a ski area that operated for decades, one of the first in the region to offer lift-served skiing. Although the ski area has closed, the slopes remain popular for backcountry skiing and snowboarding. Pikes Peak is one of the most famous mountains in the Front Range, being the highest summit of the Southern Front Range. A cog railway was built to the summit, making it one of the few mountains accessible by train. It inspired Catherine Lee Bates to write the lyrics to America the Beautiful after visiting it. Barker Meadows Reservoir is a water supply reservoir located in the Colorado Front Range, constructed to store and supply water for surrounding towns, supporting both residential and agricultural needs. Originally a meadow and ranching area, the dam definitely aided in regional water management, especially during droughts and periods of rapid growth in nearby communities. In winter, the surface often freezes, attracting ice fishers and visitors who enjoy the stark landscape. The reservoir has been the subject of debates over recreation versus water quality, leading to restrictions on certain activities to protect the water supply. Located west of the Mississippi River is Flathead Lake, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the region. Glacial forces shaped the lake, carving its deep basin and leaving behind scattered rock formations. It is also deeper than many other lakes in the region, with a unique system that helps maintain its clarity. The combination of freshwater inflows and low human impact in certain areas keeps sediment levels down, making it possible to see far beneath the surface. The name comes from the Flathead people, a Native American group consisting of the Bitterroot Salish, Kootenai, and Pen d'Oreilles tribes who have deep historical ties to the area. The term itself is an English adaptation based on their tradition of compressing their heads by artificial means, as the group does not traditionally call themselves that. Wild Horse Island, located within the lake, is home to feral horses descended from those brought by communities centuries ago to protect livestock. These horses survive without large predators, relying on grasses and seasonal water sources. Observers note their social hierarchies and ability to navigate steep terrain. They also occasionally swim between islands, a behaviour believed to stem from instinct to find new grazing areas. Bald eagles also frequent the area, nesting in tall trees near the shore of the island. They are often seen soaring over Flathead Lake to hunt fish and scavenge, even stealing prey from smaller birds. Naturally, these birds are highly territorial, returning to the same nesting areas year after year. Researchers track eagle migration patterns here, noting the birds' reliance on winter fish stocks. Flaming Gorge National Recreation Area is named after the red and orange cliffs that reflect the light at sunrise and sunset. The region was carved by the Green River, which continues to shape the landscape through erosion. The gorge is part of the Uinta Mountains, an ancient mountain range composed of Precambrian rock, over 1 billion years old, that preserves fossils from prehistoric marine environments. Flaming Gorge Reservoir was created with the completion of Flaming Gorge Dam in 1964, a 502-foot-tall concrete structure that holds back the Green River. The reservoir contains over 3.8 million acre-feet of water, making it one of the largest reservoirs in the region. It provides hydroelectric power, irrigation, and water storage, while also serving as a major recreational destination, offering boating, fishing, and camping opportunities. Mount Blue Sky, formerly called Mount Evans, is the highest peak in the Mount Evans Wilderness within the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains. It is defined by its high elevation and a summit road that allows vehicle access near the top. However, despite its accessibility, the summit road features steep grades and sharp turns, making it a challenging drive for motorists. The mountain was originally named after John Evans, a territorial governor, but it was changed to Mount Blue Sky to honour indigenous groups and to reflect a more inclusive recognition of the area's cultural history. The area has been used for scientific research, including studies on alpine ecology and atmospheric conditions. The mountain is part of a designated wilderness area, which helps protect its natural environment from development. Echo Lake is a high-altitude lake located near Mount Blue Sky in the Front Range. The lake has served as a rest stop and recreation area for travellers and hikers for many years. It is accessible by road and is a common starting point for hikes to Mount Blue Sky and nearby peaks. Palisades Reservoir is a large body of water on the Snake River, straddling the Idaho-Wyoming border. It was created by the construction of Palisades Dam and serves multiple purposes, including hydroelectric power generation, irrigation, flood control, and recreation. The reservoir is managed as part of a broader project that supports agriculture by providing a reliable water supply to hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland and helps prevent flood damage in the region. The hydroelectric power plant at the dam supplies electricity for irrigation, pumping, and local communities, with surplus energy sold to the regional grid. Campgrounds and boat ramps are available in the surrounding area as well, offering opportunities for boating, camping, and fishing. Ospreys are a common sight around Palisades Reservoir, where they build large nests on poles and trees near the water. These birds are easily recognised by their white heads and dark wings as they soar above the reservoir, searching for fish, and then do dramatic hunting dives, sometimes plunging completely underwater to secure a meal. Their diet consists almost entirely of fish, and their specialised feet help them grip slippery catches. The ospreys are monogamous and often return to the same nesting site each year. Their nests, constructed from sticks and lined with softer materials, can reach impressive sizes and are typically built high above the ground for safety and a clear view of the water. The nesting season begins in early spring, with both parents sharing duties of incubating eggs and feeding chicks. Roxburgh State Park is a geological and ecological treasure dominated by dramatic red sandstone formations that are over 300 million years old. The park features archaeological evidence of human activity dating back thousands of years. Native American tribes such as the Ute once utilized the area for hunting and gathering, drawn by its abundant resources and natural shelter provided by the rock formations. It is also known for its fossil findings, as ancient plant and animal remains have been discovered in the area, offering insights into its prehistoric ecosystems. The historic town of Livingston is known as a gateway to a major national park and a former railroad hub. The town's growth surged with rail traffic, becoming a supply point for settlers and miners. It also offers a unique array of activities, such as art gallery showcases and fly fishing. The Yellowstone River flows through Livingston as the longest free-flowing river in the region, meaning it has no major dams blocking its path. Fly fishing gained prominence here, with anglers targeting native cutthroat trout. The river's powerful currents once swept away wooden bridges during spring floods, prompting engineers to redesign structures using steel. To the south, the Absaroka Beartooth Wilderness spans rugged terrain shaped by volcanic activity and glaciers. The wilderness has some of the highest peaks in the region, along with high alpine plateaus and impressive mountain scenery. The Absaroka Range, named in honour of a local indigenous group, forms the eastern boundary of Yellowstone. Early guides led expeditions through the range, navigating passes used by indigenous hunters and trappers. Forested slopes give way to rocky peaks, creating a mix of ecosystems that support different plant and animal species. Some of the highest points in the Absarokas stay snow-covered year-round, with avalanches and rock slides being frequent in the spring when snow begins to melt. The Sawatch mountain range is home to the highest summit in the Rockies, known for its string of towering peaks, many of which are popular with hikers, climbers, and outdoor enthusiasts. The range forms a significant part of the Continental Divide, influencing water flow across the region. Its name comes from a word in the Ute language, believed to mean blue earth or dunes. The range has long served as a barrier and a corridor for travel. With early explorers, traders, and indigenous groups using its passes to cross between regions. The area is also a hotspot for mountaineers attempting to climb multiple 14ers in a single trip. Independence Pass is a high mountain pass crossing the Sawatch Range, a winding road between mountain communities. It is named after the nearby ghost town of Independence, which was founded during a gold rush and later abandoned. The pass is closed during winter due to heavy snowfall and avalanche risk, reopening each spring after crews clear the snow. Boise National Forest covers a vast area of mountains, rivers and forests, sharing its name with the river that cuts through it and the mountain range it hosts. Established in the early 20th century to protect timber reserves, it became a refuge for miners, loggers, and outlaws fleeing the law. Interestingly, wildfires have played a major role in shaping the landscape, with some areas having burned and regrown multiple times, creating a patchwork of forests at different stages of recovery. Fire crews monitor and manage these events, sometimes using controlled burns to prevent larger disasters. Today, it is known for outdoor recreation, wildlife, and natural landmarks such as the Boise Mountains. These granite peaks, part of a larger range, were carved by glaciers into jagged ridges. Prospectors scoured them for gold, leaving behind ghost towns where collapsing cabins cling to cliffs. Modern visitors explore the mountains for hiking, off-road driving, and winter sports. Kirkham Hot Springs is one of the best-known geothermal features in Boise National Forest. Located along the South Fork of the Payette River, the natural springs produce steaming water that cascades down rocks into natural pools. The pool's tiered formations, created by mineral deposits, resemble melted candle wax. St. Mary's Glacier is a semi-permanent snowfield located in Arapahoe National Forest, about an hour from Denver. Despite its name, it is not a true glacier, but a perennial snowfield that remains year-round due to its high elevation and unique location in a mountain cirque. The snowfield sits above St. Mary's Lake and is accessible via a popular hiking trail starting near the community of Alice. Red Lodge is known as a former coal mining town, supplying fuel for railroads and growing industries. In fact, the town's growth surged with coal extraction, attracting immigrant labourers and outlaws drawn by its remote location. Today, it attracts visitors who come for the mountains, skiing, and access to scenic routes, serving as a gateway to alpine landscapes such as the Beartooth Range. The Beartooth Range is a rugged mountain chain that stretches along the Montana-Wyoming border, with its name coming from a jagged peak that resembles a bear's tooth. The range is accessible via a high-elevation highway featuring sheer cliffs and plateaus formed by ancient tectonic shifts. The Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park is a scenic natural structure characterized by some of the steepest and most rugged cliffs in North America. The canyon features walls that rise over 800 meters, with sections so narrow that sunlight only reaches the canyon floor for a few hours each day. The rock formations in it are also some of the oldest in the region, primarily composed of metamorphic rocks dating back nearly 2 billion years. It is also home to the Painted Wall, which is the tallest cliff in Colorado. The cliff features striking patterns of light-coloured pegmatite veins cutting through the darker rock, which gives it its iconic name. Holland Lake is a clear mountain lake in the Swan Valley, featuring a cascading waterfall at its head, fed by snowmelt. The lake's depth and cold temperatures preserve sunken logging debris, including a steam engine visible in clear conditions. It serves as a resting place for migrating birds, a fishing spot, and a location for outdoor activities. The Elk Mountains are a rugged and dramatic range within the Rockies, known for their towering peaks, including 6 of the state's famous 14ers, which are peaks that are over 14,000 feet. Among these, Maroon Bells stand out, often cited as one of the most photographed mountain scenes in the region. Gothic Mountain is a standout summit in the Elk Mountains, recognised for its distinctive shape and role as a landmark near the town of Crested Butte. Its name was given by early explorers and settlers who noted the mountain's sharp ridges and spires, which reminded them of Gothic-style buildings. The mountain's geology is notable for its volcanic origins, with layers of rock that tell the story of ancient eruptions and uplift. The Maroon Bells are 2 iconic peaks known as Maroon Peak and North Maroon Peak. These peaks are composed of metamorphic sedimentary rock, giving them their distinct maroon colour and their nickname, the Deadly Bells. The nickname reflects the unstable nature of the rock, which makes climbing the peaks challenging and dangerous due to loose and crumbling material. Originally founded during the Colorado silver boom in the late 19th century, Aspen was a prosperous mining town that produced significant quantities of silver until the collapse of the silver market in 1893. The town later transformed into a destination for outdoor enthusiasts, particularly with the development of ski resorts in the mid-20th century. Aspen Mountain, also known as Ajax, opened in 1947 and was one of the first ski areas in the region. True to its namesake, the town is also known for its aspen tree forests, which share a single root system, as previously mentioned. During the summer, it hosts the annual Aspen Music Festival and School, attracting talented musicians from around the world for summer performances and classes. Mount Supras is a twin summit mountain, recognised for its distinctive double peaks. The space between the twin summits is known for sudden wind gusts, which can make the final ascent especially challenging for climbers. The mountain has long served as a navigation point for explorers and early settlers moving through the Elk Mountains, and the twin summits have inspired local legends, with some stories suggesting the peaks represent guardians watching over the valleys below. The area has been studied for its unusual rock formations, which include evidence of ancient volcanic activity and glacial sculpting. Mount Crested Butte is another notable summit, though it is closely associated with the nearby town of Crested Butte, a community with deep mining and outdoor recreation routes. It is not a true butte, but a laccolith, formed when magma intruded into sedimentary rock and then cooled, leaving behind a hard, resistant core. Over time, the softer rock eroded, exposing the mountain's current shape. The area was originally inhabited by Ute people who used the valley for hunting and gathering in the summer months. The surrounding town of Crested Butte began as a supply centre for mining camps in the late 1800s and became a hub for coal mining, with anthracite and other high-quality coal mined extensively in the region. Crested Butte is a mountain town known for its downhill ski area and extensive mountain bike trail network. The town has a reputation as a centre for outdoor adventure, attracting visitors year-round for skiing, biking, hiking, and festivals. Like many other mountain towns, it faced economic hardship after mining declined, but reinvented itself as a ski destination, and later as a mountain biking hub. It is recognised as one of the birthplaces of modern mountain biking, as early enthusiasts built and rode trails that are now famous worldwide. The town is also known for its colourful buildings and quirky local traditions, including the annual Vinnertok Fall Harvest Festival and the Alliloop Nordic ski race, where participants often wear costumes. Other striking landmarks in the Elk Mountains are the castles, stone pillars that resemble medieval battlements. These towering spires of volcanic ash and rock were formed during a period of intense volcanic activity. Thus, they provide great insights into the volcanic history of the region and the forces of erosion that have shaped the landscape over the millennium. The castles can be best seen from Keebler Pass, a high pass also situated within the mountain range. This is the Rockies, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Honduras, check out this video.